Nice film. I'm so proud of you in this film because I
Thanks.
just, you want to see films work. And you want to see films, you want films to be smart about what they're about. What's nice about this film for me is that it's smart about children. This is a film that really understands children. It celebrates them instead of subplots them. Is that true for you as you watch this?
Well, I think it's really a celebration of really a modern day family, and that there are so many different variations of what makes up a family, and I mean it does definitely celebrate the children, and I mean they're very smart, and they're focused on just as much as the grown-ups, and you're right, so much of the time they're just kind of used as the backdrop, and but it celebrates, I think, people trying to have it all, trying to do it all right, and that's an undertaking.
It is a miracle.
It is a miracle.
It is a miracle of just getting through certain days and juggling, knowing that you have kids in tow, that you have to do what you have to do, and you have to be responsible to everyone, including your children.
Firstly,
Yes.
yeah, to them.
Where do you emotionally connect with the material?
Where do I emotionally connect with it? I think I can connect with Mel's struggle with her inability to delegate responsibility to other people. She's a very self-sufficient person. I'm sure she's always the person in the family who's, kind of gotten things done, and people go to her when they get into trouble. And I don't think she's ever really been the type of personality to rely on another person, and I am that way. And I think when I became a parent, and because I'm a working parent, mother, I had to learn to do that, and that was I never in my life, and it was really hard for me, really hard. But I'm getting better at it, and I think she's kind of an extreme case, but I think that's kind of her journey, and and her just desire to have to be perfect all the time and have to do everything perfect, and she's trying to be the perfect parent, and she's trying to just keep all those balls in the air, and it'll end up crushing you in the end.
Yeah, perfection is not a great goal.
It's a double-edged sword, I think. I mean, I think it's why people are good at what they do, but I think it's also sometimes why people aren't as good as they can be too, because I mean, life isn't perfect, art isn't perfect, and you can ruin something by not knowing when to walk away from it.
It's also where kids get lost, I think, in the ambitions of the
Well,
parents.
it truly is something you have to give up with children. That's true, because I mean, you'll just diminish them in such a way by expecting them to be perfect, or expecting, you have to give up being a perfect parent because there's no such thing.
I want to shift gears and explore, for the last minute, something about acting with you. If you take away any sense of income or publicity or notoriety about what you do, and it just gets down to the moment of doing it, what do you really love about acting?
It's a kind of an unanswerable question, and I mean, I ask myself that. What it is it's I don't know. I don't really know how to answer it. It's kind of, I don't know, the small percentage of time where you're actually acting in film it's so small, and it's really worth it, and it's really, I really love it, and it's really a joy, and I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
Let me ask you this. Do you find acting as fulfilling now as when you started?
In some ways less, and in some ways more. In many ways more, because I feel like I'm less sort of driven, and I really feel like I guess I don't feel like I have as much to prove, and I'm not so worried about the next job, and I don't have to work if I don't need to work, so I think I really work because I like to work now, and at the same time, it's a little harder because I'm not as driven, you know, and because, you know, I have this pull to be with my kids, and so, you know, it's just a little harder to walk out the door, you know, it's harder to get, once I'm there I'm fine and I have a really nice time, but just sort of getting me there is a little more difficult.
Nice film.
Thanks.
Really proud of you, Michelle. Good
Thanks.
stuff.